Hello, everybody. All right, it is Dutton. My co-host Dion will be here in like 10 or so minutes. But hey, 6 o'clock. Show goes on. Show goes on. I gotta really do a 10, 9, 8, 7. I gotta do a countdown. I realize that a countdown. It just seems very lackluster. But I got 10 minutes to kill. I know Dion, he's not much of a gamer. That's okay. In fact, I should also advertise this show as well. Who cares going forward? That is what it is. But reviews came out yesterday for Hogwarts Legacy video game. I'm not gonna play it. I might later when it becomes cheap. But I know a lot of hoopla, right? Was up before the game. The game comes out, I think, Friday. But for months, it's been hammered of, hey, if you buy this game, you're an evil person. If you buy this game, you're a transphobe because J.K. Rowling has said some things like women or something. I don't know. I don't care. Just don't care. But I did. Game looks dope. Trailer looks dope for the game. But a lot of websites who went like kind of hard in the paint. Some of them didn't get review copies, and the ones who did get review copies, turns out it's like a 4 out of 5 or a 9 out of 10. It's a fucking great game. Probably game of the year. It's still like second month of the year. Who knows? Hard to tell. A lot of great games coming out this year. I think. I don't know. Games come out when they come out, and there will always be at least one or two games that take everybody by surprise. But I know this game is probably the most hyped game of the year, or has been for a while. Apparently a great game. People are mad. In fact, even the reviewers, like IGN and stuff, be like, well, we don't agree with J.K. Rowling. She had nothing to do with it. Like a lot of apologies. A lot of weird what have yous about the game. But, hey, game comes out this weekend, and it seems like everybody fucking likes the game. And I know a lot of people online are kind of happy. Then again, there are also some people who are not happy, as this game has created such a frenzy in people's minds. There have been websites created of, hey, if you stream this game, congratulations. We will know. Because you're a bad one. It's weird. I hope people who created that website go, hey, are we the baddies? You know that meme? Yeah, that meme of we might be the bad people. Yeah, because you're right. But hey, you can do wizard spells and whatnot, and that's kind of cool, I guess. Maybe if the game's actually good. Who knows? When people play it, like more people will talk about it. And if I was smart, I'd probably have like a top of conversation. Holy crap, that was 5 minutes. Pretty sure I probably can make this longer. Who knows? But we'll definitely say when Dion gets on here, there'll be more to talk about. Also, I know last Thursday, we talked about the first slate of movies, James Gunn did say, like today, hey, the Blue Beetle movie coming out, it's in his universe. He said it fits right in, which, hey, congrats, Blue Beetle. You're not just gonna get canceled. You might get a sequel if you do good, which I hope you do, because Cobra Kai dude is the actor who playing Jamie Reyes, and honestly, when I first saw Cobra Kai, I was like, he'd be a great Blue Beetle, and then he's Blue Beetle. Did I predict that? No, maybe. Can't predict power numbers though. Wish I could. Sorry about it. Um, but hey, you know, Blue Beetle comes out, support it. Hope you do. Now, maybe. Hopefully it's good. Who knows? Trailer's not even out yet. They have only done like slight posters and concept art on Blue Beetle, and I know some old heads will probably be mad no matter what because it's the Jaime Reyes Blue Beetle, which is like more alien tech and not the just kind of guy without no powers Blue Beetle, or kind of some. I don't. Honestly, the non-Jaime Reyes Blue Beetle, I never cared for. Don't care about. So I'm excited. And hey, Blue Beetle has gotten some push. Like he was on multiple episodes of Batman Brave and the Bold cartoon. Awesome cartoon. He was on Young Justice, which season 2 he was like the headline. Great season 2. Great induction to that character and the reach and the aliens and like how the suit works and everything. As Young Justice kind of went on, kind of sucked. Sorry about it, but it did, and which is very disappointing to me as Greg Weisman, who created the showrunner of that show, also created Gargoyles, one of my favorite dudes. It got brought back and became more adult. Kind of got more very slow burn. Sucked. It sucked. Last season sucked so bad. It was highlights, but it it maybe the whole, hey, what if we made shows more adult? How about don't for everything, and whatever you were, kind of keep that, because you might lose a little bit of the magic of their strengths and guardrails of like, hey, you can't do this, can't. You have to be creative. You have to be creative. And when they were like, let's do more adult, no. You sucked. But hey, that's neither here nor there. Wow, that is just rambling. Sorry about it. Probably should have went live later when Dion was available, or then go live early and be like, hey, I will just stop gap and do nothing besides ramble. What a clown I am. This show sucks. And if anyone watches it in the replay, congratulations. You are a trooper and are probably going, yeah, no, this guy definitely he's a stooge. And oh man, was losing my voice last Thursday. Slowly gaining it back. Sorry about it. Got a little phlegm built up still. It sucks. It sure sucks. But it will be okay. You know what? Uh, honestly, more news is Keanu Reeves. I know online people were talking about doing a sequel to the 2005 movie he did of John Constantine. Didn't like it. Too Americanized of a John Constantine. I know a lot of people did. Actually, well, I like it if you don't know who John Constantine, the comic character, is, and just want to make a action star. It was alright. Not how I would approach it, but interesting take nonetheless. But Keanu Reeves kind of blew up a couple years ago. Of like everybody loved him. Everybody is meat hopping on him. And rumors were he was coming back to do a Constantine 2. And according to CBR, Comic Book Resources, is that sequel is still going despite everything with James Gunn going on. It will probably be not in the James Gunn universe, separate universe. So you have James Gunn's universe. You will have Matt Reeves' The Batman universe, because we're gonna have like 3 Batmans, guys. That's, we're gonna have like 3 Batmen, maybe. Because you have The Batman, which had the Riddler movie, pretty good. Had the Twilight guy, uh, Robert Patterson. Yeah, I think that's, who knows. If I'm wrong, sorry about it. But yeah, Robert Pattinson's been Batman. James Gunn will have his own Batman to be determined, and then you have the Joker movie, also not connected to any of the other 2 universes, its own separate universe. So you have like 3 universes going on, which, hey, some people might get confused. Some people might go, "This is dumb." Um, but if the Joker makes a billion, it'd be wise if WB just goes, "Hey, keep another Joker movie coming." If it's supposed to be a trilogy, do a trilogy. I know Matt Reeves' The Batman's supposed to be a trilogy. Batman Brave and Bold with the James Gunn universe. Hey, congratulations. Um, James Gunn did something smart. He did online post several comics that were inspired or inspirations for each movie. Obvious with Batman and having Damian Wayne, who is the newest Robin, and Bruce Wayne's son, Grant Morrison, who created that dynamic and concept. His comic, if you have issue 1, it's like a $550 comic if it's slabbed, 9.8 graded. That comic has shot up significantly in value. So has Warren Ellis's The Authority, and like several other comics. Probably Tom King's not as much because it's the newest one and it's the Supergirl comic. Not really enthralled because honestly, you doing a movie on a Tom King thing, it's gonna. I haven't read the Supergirl, but it's Tom King. Not a fan. Just not. Not gonna read it. Maybe the trailer does something different or the movie does something different. Not gonna completely hate it, but that is definitely I'll wait and see. But why do a movie where no one has talked about Tom King's? No one really has talked. The only time I've seen is once the movie was announced and it was based on Tom King's thing. A couple comic writers have like, "Oh, I read Tom King's Supergirl, World of Tomorrow, and I laid there for hours contemplating life. It was so, no, you're dick riding. You're dick riding. Only thing I've really seen is other people just like pros after the announcement start dick riding. But hey, you know what? Keanu Reeves movie is always pretty good, and who knows, the Constantine 2 might do good. Um, should do good. It's Keanu Reeves. Just rambling. Gonna probably continue to ramble. Wow, I probably shouldn't say rambling every time. Just, but it is what it is. Now, sorry about it. I'm just kind of looking up comic news. Should have, if I was better. Well, I had a conversation planned. Deanna's not here. Really kind of need a back and forth if you're going to have a conversation. But I don't. Sorry about it. You know what? That's actually been that's another news. Another news is if you did not know, co-creator Justin Roiland of Rick and Morty voices both Rick and Morty. So, not only is he a co-creator of the show, but he voices the two main important characters of said show, who said show is named after, got fired for like sexual things. He's facing like felony charges, possible like grooming, other things. Not 100%, because I don't care. But apparently, it's also come out that hey, they're on like season or have 6 seasons, and apparently he hasn't even gone to the office or writer's room since like season 3. So for like last 3 seasons, he more or less is like, hey, I'll come in during recorded. We'll kind of zoom it in, phone it in on writing. You know what, you guys do it. Which hey, 3 seasons, if he hasn't really been the creative input anyways, it will not be a problem. Plus Dan Harmon is the other co-creator, who pretty good writer, pretty great writer, pretty actually great comedy writer, as he's done The Community, which is a beloved show. And you know what, it'll probably still be him writing most of the episodes, or at least most of the creative things, while they just kind of recast both Rick and Morty. Yeah, so actually it's domestic battery and false imprisonment with by menace, violence. Yeah, some like 20. Yeah, I know he Justin got fired from his other 2 shows like Polar Opposite and Koala Man. Never even heard of Koala Man at all. Which, hey, Justin Roiland's comedy is, oh gee, boy, like, I don't know. It was kind of entertaining to begin with. Then also just kind of like, he gets annoying very quickly. Rick and Morty kind of got very annoying very quickly, in my opinion. That is my opinion, which I know I'm not the only one. Won't say I don't like, I hate the show. Far from it, still good. Just, hey, the show is moving on. Also, hey, if you, this is kind of fucked up. I think it's fucked up. You might think it's fucked up. If you did not know, now you know. But AMC movie theaters will now kind of treat themselves like a concert. A fucking theater has the audacity to think they're a concert and be like, hey, the areas we know are kind of like considered, most people consider as good seats, assigned seats when you buy a ticket, and the quote unquote good seats, which, you've been to the movies, you know what a good seat is. Somewhere in the middle, good seat. Higher price. It's no longer, oh, did you come during daytime, morning-ish? Nope. high price. Kind of fucked. We live in a society. You buy a ticket, you go, you hunt for a good spot. If you come early, you get a good spot. It's it's that where will we sit? Who knows? Can we get it? I like the hunt. I like the thrill. Signed seats. Not digging it. But hey, if you're gonna make more money, that's what the whole thing is for them. It is what it is, I guess. Um, I don't really want to end the stream, but Dion should be coming around the mountain when he comes, or not. Maybe. Just know Elijah Wood also has blasted AMC. Who cares? I just blasted him as well. Yeah, I guess I got nothing. This stream sucks. You know what? I might just call Dion. Or not. Maybe. Oh, you know what? Another room. Well, actually, hold up. Okay, so you know what? Did not know that. So apparently this morning, though, people did say, rumor was, the Keanu Reeves Constantine was canceled. And then apparently this afternoon said it wasn't. So again, anything I covered earlier, I guess, is if it comes out, it comes out. Yeah. You know what? I'm just gonna end the stream. Alright. So let me call Dion. This is how unprofessional this stream is. Let me call my co-host. I'm on the stream. So, you coming on? You coming on? Okay, cool. He just got in. He just got in to the no one watching. That's okay. I have rambled on about several different things. But I'll see you when. All right, cool. See you when you see. See you. Congratulations. Wow, this stream. This will be an archive of a really shitty stream. Super shitty. Oh damn! You know what? In fact, right now there's a stream for Hogwarts Legacy. A million fucking people are watching it for a game where a lot of people were like, "Hey, boys, boycott this." Congratulations. I should say something. There's a lot of dead air. It just, wow, this. Here we go. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, so I don't look like a fucking clown, and this stream will probably still go down as the worst stream ever that we do. It is what it is. But, Dion.
Yo, you're fucking bald. The what?
Huh?
You're fucking bald.
Was I on my phone?
No, you had a hat on.
Oh, yeah, I did get last time. I'm bald, dude. It is. I'm bald.
You're trying to go for like the whole 1930s, 60s boxer sort of vibe going for you, man?
I mean, if I go to the gym a bit more and get just jocked, I need to get more jocked to be that like old school like Irish gangster type. Just maybe get a
just do it all.
Maybe get a onesie with one little strap. That way I can be like, oh, the world's strongest man, old school photo. It is.
Just do all the professional wrestlers because you look like a professional wrestler. As everybody knows, as everybody don't know.
Dude, no, all white bald dudes just look the same. No, we do. The only difference is, do they have facial hair or don't they have facial hair? So actually, we come in two varieties: bald white guys, facial hair or non-facial.
I'm just gonna say.
Like that's it.
If you ain't got facial hair, you bald, you just look like
a cancer patient.
You need to see your pandas, but still. All right, Baldy. So what's going on? So
James Gunn mentioned that the Blue Beetle movie coming out will be part of his DC universe. So if that movie is successful, congratulations. It might actually get a sequel. And then it comes out and it's like, all right, cool, congratulations. Now fuck off. You're not part of our plans going forward. Hey, you might be. We'll see how good you are.
That makes sense. That way, if it does well, first we can build it to its own universe, and it does well, then you're like, yeah, we can go ahead and integrate it. If not, well, fuck off, like you said.
Yeah, like if it doesn't, then he's like, oh, I was never part of our original slate. Does well, hey, congratulations. There was conflicting rumors of the Keanu Reeves Constantine 2 is canceled, and then it was like, hey, no, it's still going. So who the fuck knows?
Yeah, I saw that article today. I saw that article today when I was on a lunch break and I was scrolling through it. I was just like, yeah, I think it might be a good start for it. You can introduce to the new DC. So here's a
honestly, Constantine isn't even like Constantine, so you can just kind of do it as a weird action horror movie.
Yeah.
That's how no one knew the first one was really based on a comic, or at least very few people did.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so here's
honestly,
the thing.
When it came out. When it came out like 2005, I didn't because of how odd or different his Constantine is from the did not connect at age like 12 or whatever. It's like supposed to be the John Constantine. Did not. And I was like, oh, this is its own thing. That's how I view it. It's its own thing.
Yeah, probably that's way. But like I said, that would help out with the superhero fatigue. You presenting the superhero comics. I think still the superhero comics, but you present it as not superhero-ish, then
yeah, I mean, if you do it almost like the last one, which was kind of like it's a action demon thing. Like, it was superhero-esque, but, it was more like, hey, one thing you don't see Constantine do is shoot like a cross machine gun thing. Like, what the fuck was that? It was awesome. Not Constantine. Well, it's kind of cool though.
Does he ever lose a right
the
arm?
same- Yeah, because I think you had like the Van Helsing movie with Hugh Jackman, who had something also kind of similar. It was like 2005, 2006 ish.
That was Hugh Jackman?
Yeah, the Van Helsing was Hugh Jackman.
Oh, I didn't know that. I had to look back because I remember the commercials for it. I never saw it. But I didn't know that was Hugh Jackman.
Yeah. Like, you know, these movies kind of had similar vibes and feel. And it was also like, it was a long fucking time ago. Holy fuck.
Yeah.
Doing a Constantine sequel in 2023 from 2005. What the fuck are we doing? There should be I feel like there has been several movies the last couple of years that's like, yeah, this movie like 20 years ago, here's a sequel. Like, no. Like, movie you got, if it's past 3 years, you don't get a sequel. Like, I feel like Hollywood. Like, you got 2 years, 2 to 3 years, depending on, you know, like filming or whatever, post production. But after at least good, say 3-4 years after that, sorry, it's dead. We're moving on. Society did. What the fuck are we doing with Avatar 2? Which, hey, it's made billions, I guess, but holy shit, like, I don't care. Which I didn't care about the first one, really. It just wasn't my cup of tea, the first one, but holy fuck, that shit came out when, like, 2010, 9-ish.
I mean, you know, studios, well, they've been doing a lot of remakes lately, and a lot of remakes. It's very rare that remakes have been
13 years to make a sequel is too damn, like, if you got to do a decade to make a sequel, don't do a sequel.
Well, it's just that damn good, God. The blue people with the water. I heard the water is really nice.
I don't believe you.
That's what, at least that's what they said. The water fluidity in Avatar 2 is just amazing or something. I heard James Gunn.
It's all CGI. It is all. I mean, hey, a lot of animators got paid. Hopefully, they got paid. So, hey.
Well, I think he wanted to do Aquaman, but they went somebody else, and I think they said James Gunn kind of got like, why didn't you just ask me? Because his background with what he does, and I'm just like, somebody give somebody else a chance. But what's your thoughts on Marvel's Ant-Man and Wasp Quantum? I'm not gonna fuck it up.
Quantum Mania, I think is what it's called.
Quantum Media.
You know what? I don't care. Which is bad because this supposed to be is like the movie that's like, oh, we're gonna explore King more because we introduced King in the Loki thing to explain time travel and other dimensions, and slightly hint that King's gonna take over shit. And we're going to explain more in this movie how dangerous King is, which, you know, he is pretty, like, pause. Anyone who has seen or has not seen the cartoon Earth's Mightiest Heroes, go watch that. The King episodes, mwah, chef kisses.
Really good.
You know what? That whole show is phenomenal. Except, like, the end of, like, the second season when you can tell that, hey, they got a momentum of this show is getting canceled. And the writers were like, all right, we're just going to wrap up our 5-year plan in 5 episodes.
Yeah. Very than assemble. I'll say that.
But honestly, I don't. Well, Ant-Man is. All right, so the only time I was excited about Ant-Man, the first movie, just because Edgar Wright was supposed to direct it, and Edgar Wright is a phenomenal director. Love Edgar Wright. He's in like my top 5. And you know, and he was supposed to be like a heist movie. That being said, a lot of what he wrote was kind of kept, when they brought in the different director, because Edgar Wright did not direct it, said creative differences. He did say like there was changes. Did get screenplay credit. So the first movie had like a comedy heist feel to it. I appreciate that. Second movie was all the other director Peyton Reed's thing, and it to me it wasn't as good. Wasn't as good, and I'm like, now we're gonna do a third movie with Ant-Man. Holy fuck! Who the fuck thought Ant-Man would get a trilogy? That is like skipping.
What up? I'm about to ask Black Widow.
Yeah, you know what's crazy? Ant-Man got a trilogy, and Black Widow got a prequel movie. Never even really got her own movie. She got a movie after they killed the character. It's like, here's like a prequel thing. We've already killed your character, so some people won't even care to watch this movie because they know you're dead. All right, you're dead.
You ain't coming back. Well, maybe they were trying to play homage to the fact that Ant-Man was technically supposed to be an original Avenger, but they said, well, Ant-Man was, but they
not even Hank Pym. It's Scott Lang. It's the second Ant-Man.
Why did they make D? You ain't gotta do that to them. You ain't gotta do that.
Which I get like no one wants to really do Hank Pym just because of he hit Janet in the comics.
Just say like he speared her instead. He tackled her by accident. It's not. It might work better. And with today's culture, with nowadays, you probably can spin that off into somebody domestic violence.
So, what is your thoughts on the Ant-Man movie? Are you excited because the whole Black History Month of instead of like we were kings, you can be like we were kings. Since King is black now, you can be like we were kings, and then just show Kang from Ant-Man.
No, honestly, I didn't care about it until my coworkers kept talking about it. But no, I'm not doing Kangs. But yeah, I was gonna do it until my coworkers started talking about it, and I was just like, you know what? Let me go ahead, give this a shot. It can't hurt. Like there's nothing wrong with it.
I mean, once it like comes out or whatever, and like I guess more people talk. See, I also work at a place that like not a lot of comic people are.
Mm-hmm.
Which might have caused some of me like not caring as much about Marvel movies. Also, it could just be honestly all of Phase 4. It felt like we're just trying to introduce the multiverse. We do multiverse things, and I really just hate the multiverse so much as a comic trope.
Yeah. It's like time travel. I hate that too.
Yeah, it's not it works one time, but to try to do a whole phase, and it's like not even like really Phase 5 or it will all of Phase 4 is just so we can build up to explain. No, I don't know. Phase 4 has felt very rudderless compared to like Phase 1 through like Phase 1 was all like we're just trying to build the Avengers, but it worked out because we never really had a team thing like that of interconnected movies. Phase 2 was like Age of Ultron, wasn't all that strong, but we did introduce more Infinity Stone type things.
Mm-hmm.
And then like Phase 3 was, hey, it's all Infinity Stones now, and like Thanos, which by the way, 1 and 2 connected to Phase 3. Phase 4 felt very isolated, which has led to hey, almost everyone in Phase 1 through 3 are like dead.
My problem with the newest phase is just the movies just haven't just really reached out to me. Like every time I watch one of the trailers, I just like I don't care. Like even when I'm finally watching the Eternals,
I feel like with the TV shows, like too many projects are coming out, which has also led a dip in quality. Which is not saying that like the MCU films were fucking gangbuster, like breathtaking cinema. It's not. It's a popcorn movie. But even a popcorn movie should have some standards.
Yeah, true. No, you're not
And
wrong. But
shows more or less. It's mostly the TV shows, not the movies. That is just like Loki sucked. It was boring. Loki was.
yeah,
I was excited. Like I'm a Loki fan because I'm a Thor fan. The
yeah.
Loki show. I won't lie. There was multiple episodes I had to rewatch 2-3 times. Which hey, algorithmically wise, seems like I was a super fan. No, I fell asleep. I fell
So was
asleep and
your
had a.
reaction? So is your reaction like mine was when I watched Titans for the first time, and I told you I was just like, "This is this is nothing."
Yeah,
In my opinion,
this is wow. Someone behind the scenes probably should get fired. That's what it feels like. Yes.
okay, yeah, I would say nobody should be fired from Titans, but somebody really needs to bring in a writer who probably needs to.
Which you know what, Titans is in. I think last season is the final season of Titans.
Yeah, that got canceled.
Yeah, which you know,
Yeah,
really
okay.
didn't hear anything much about Titans except like when season 1 was coming out of how awful the costume designs were, and they made Starfire just look like a trashy whore with her,
I
her
would say that that's how
costume
she
design
originally
was
was.
like cheap prostitute.
I would say that's how she originally was, but for me, I told people, I said, look, I can forgive the violence, the fuck Batman thing, I can forgive because, as you know, I've read the 90s Dick Grayson, Nightwing stuff, and I'm like, he's pretty much on border of, I was already going to say that anyway. It's just, Titans truly felt like I'm a teenager or I'm a 10-year-old who just learned about what curse words were, so let me go ahead and.
Yes, yeah, I heard that it was like 10-year-old edgy, where you're like, I'm gonna put stupid amount of blood for no reason and just cuss words every other word because I just discovered fuck is a cool word to say.
I'm
So
like, y'all got this doing,
fuck,
bitch.
why not put the
Like,
word fuck every sentence?
they did a lot, at least in my opinion. And then at one point, I was like, "Yo, do y'all know the words, bitch, shit, jackass?"
You know, let's mix it up. Let's throw in some bitches in here.
Exactly. Like, they just throw it in there for me. For me, y'all don't have to. There's more curse words than F than fuck. Okay, and literally more curse words that would betray your point better.
I mean, I will say, like seeing promo stuff, not watching the show, seeing promo stuff, costumes look like they got better throughout the season.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, very straightforward though. They put the entire show behind the 8 ball massively in season 1, with how terrible the looks were.
Robin looked good. It's amazing how the Bat family looks.
Yeah, you know what though, Robin? I will say, Dick Grayson looked cool. Dick Grayson looked like he should. Everyone else was like, "What are we doing here? What are we?"
You see what they do with Jason Todd?
I did not see Jason Todd. I know I did see like a trailer where he was supposed to be in like, what was it, season 2 or 3 or something like that? I don't know.
Season 2 or 3, I can't remember, but I had to laugh because I was like, you really took so. Typically in comics, I believe Jason Todd at least looks like he's at least 20 years old, right?
Yeah.
This one, they literally took the same Robin that looked like he's 13 or 14, killed him, and then turned him into Jason Todd. I didn't like I said, I didn't get to that season, but they took him and they made him Jason Todd, Red Hood, probably within the next week or two. So you got like a person who looks 15 as Red Hood. You can look it up right now, man. I promise you'll be like, the fuck?
Yeah, you should have made him like 20.
Nah, they made him like, he really looks 15.
That's fucking awful.
You should have saw the Batman trailer.
Yeah, so you should have like had like 2 actors, like actor like 1 at 15 or whatever, kill him, and then he was gone for like a few years, or like resurrected for a few years. Age,
Yeah,
comes back at like 20. Different actor.
I can agree with
Instead of
that.
doing the whole era, like, oh, I'm gonna put on this like wig type thing, and so I can be young. No, I, like
Don't put it
that
away.
works on the CW show where like budget's tight. Like we can pay for the explosion and the fight in this episode, or we can give you a good like making you look younger. The explosion's worth it, so put on the stupid wig.
I'm a decent arrow like that. Stefan Nugget, well, he's supposed to like, well, they literally showed that it was a wig in the show. It's like he had to pretend that he was
Yeah,
like behind the whatever.
yeah.
But
Which hey, TV show like CW budget is a lot different than HBO Max budget.
yeah, or Marvel budget.
Yeah, which hey, the fights in the special, like you have to cut corners. All right, like the explosion's worth more than, so put on the stupid wig, cheap wig.
Yeah,
We have an
yeah,
explosion at the end of the episode. Like that's where the fight at the end of the episode, present time, is gonna look so great.
yeah. Yo, oh, I finally saw Black Panther. Wakanda. I waited till it hit Disney Max or Disney Plus, and I finally saw the Black Panther Wakanda Forever movie.
Oh, okay. Like how what you thought?
No,
Nah. See,
no.
I like
And it's not because, yeah, listen, man. It's not because of anything that.
like even the director has come out and said, "Yo, it's pretty much a bad movie." Like the director who directed it, like what he was like, he was like, there was a lot of things that worked against me. He did say he wanted to do a father son movie of like
Mhm.
Black Panther having a son, but then T'Challa died, or
Yeah.
Chadwick Boseman died, so he was like, he said so much of the movie he had to basically scrap, rework, and it was like which I get, like, yo, tough situation.
Yeah.
Honestly, and I get Marvel did not want to recast because they want to honor the legacy, but uh, I was part of the one of like recast the character. Like
I.
you can still do a tribute going, hey, rest in peace, Chadwick Boseman.
Mhm,
You're one of the Wakanda cats in the sky now.
mhm.
But if you recast, you don't have to change the movie or butcher the movie where the director goes, hey, if it wasn't for like these two scenes, this shit would have been complete piece of shit.
I actually saw him say it was like three scenes. He said, but I say Angela Bassett and the girl who plays the woman who plays Chadwick Boseman's Black Panther's sister did a
Yeah.
good job of playing the movie. But in my opinion, though, I'll say this: I was on the fence of not recasting because I'm more on the fence of not because of a memory or whatever. I was on the fence of not recasting just because I really did not feel like listening to a bunch of people whine and complain online about he's not as good as Chadwick Boseman, um, or this movie doesn't feel the same, whatever, whatever. Plus, I think it just looks weird when you kind of recast a character, and it just aesthetically just looks different. That's the only reason why I was against it.
I mean, I say recast just because when you have to like basically scrap 90% of your movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Also, hey, Marvel has a precedent of recasting. Like, hey, Rhodey was Terrence Howard in Iron Man 1.
Yeah.
And to me, is a lot better than Don Cheadle. So much better than Don Cheadle. Fuck ton better than Don Cheadle. Yeah, especially as like who's supposed to be a military guy with a commanding like presence. Yeah, Don Cheadle's too goofy. Way too goofy. Like he doesn't feel like he should be Rhodes at all. Like is an awful war machine. I hate Don Cheadle as War Machine. I think that's bad casting. Mark Ruffalo, was Edward Norton, Mark Ruffalo, which I get. A lot of people didn't even know Edward Norton was supposed to be part of the MCU.
Mm-hmm.
But they have recasted several times, without even saying
See, but that's
anything.
like, to me, recasting Iron Man in the middle of one of the phases, it would just throw everything off. I'm pretty sure they probably, now that I think about it, they probably would do it anyway because they have to move forward with the project. But it'd be like
Uh,
recasting where the online
I
presence
mean,
would be like,
what is it? James Bond gets recasted often. And in fact, there's been several James Bond movies that are like, it's all the same universe. Yeah, it's like 4 different actors as James Bond.
oh,
Who cares?
wait, really? It's all in the same universe.
Well, at least like the not the Daniel Craig, because that was supposed to be like its own thing, but like the
Mm-hmm.
classic like 70s, 80s James Bond movies where it had
Mm-hmm.
like 4 different actors at one point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, that's all. That's all same. They're
Oh,
like, well, you
wow.
just put in either one as James Bond. Fuck it. Who cares that he now has a Scottish accent?
See, I never knew that. For me, every time I see a new actor for one of the roles, I always instantly think, oh, this isn't connected to anything else that I've had before. This must be all on its own, completely different.
Yeah, I
And
mean, like I said, like pros and cons. And no matter what, with Chadwick Boseman dying in real life,
mm,
Black Panther movie was gonna be people were gonna love or hate no matter what happened.
Gerald, you're not
Um,
wrong.
so I get less controversy was probably like let's not recast. Um,
That's just the role I would have went to, and that's the main. That's the honestly, that's the main reason why I just didn't have cast it, just because. No
yeah,
offense, but hardcore certain fans can get too rowdy and too emotional about stuff. And I'm like, guys, it's not that deep.
me personally, I would have recast it though, just because
Yeah.
then you still have that character.
Yeah.
Having like a Black Pantherless Black Panthers, it's like, hey, don't you want to see Spider-Man 5? By the way, Spider-Man's dead, so we're gonna just kind of. It's really just Ned and Mary Jane now. Just that fat Asian friend and MJ, who's not really Mary Jane. It's just MJ. Neither one of them have powers. We still might have a villain. Uh, no Spider-Man.
So you're talking about the Sony effect where you have Craven without Spider Man, you
Yeah,
have Venom without Spider Man, and you have Morbius.
yeah.
What else?
And you know what? The Morbius movie sucked. The Venom movies are like they're passable, but they're not great.
Shockingly, I like the Morbius movie. They're okay to me, but I like the Morbius movie. I think a little bit more
The
than Venom.
Morbius movie got roasted online. So many
Yeah.
like people made memes of it's Morbin time, but that movie was bad. That movie was, you know what? Fuck, what is the actor's name who plays Morbius? He's an
Joker.
awful actor. Yeah, he
Joker.
played the Joker as well.
I don't
Played
know.
the
I just
Joker
know.
in the fucking
Let me see.
Suicide Squad
Okay.
movie. He's not a good
Jared
actor.
Leto. I think it was Jared Leto.
Yeah, Jared Leto. Like he was a musician, like a lead singer from like 30 Seconds to Mars or something like that.
Oh, that's what he was from?
Yeah, like before he did acting, he was a lead singer to a musician, to a rock band.
Oh, crap. I like 30 Seconds to Mars. That's a sad.
Yeah, yeah. Like not saying he's a bad bad singer, but fucking as an actor, he is like a 90% miss rate in my book. There was like one movie where I liked his character or liked him playing a character, and it was the Nicolas Cage movie Lord of War, where like he was the coked out brother who made like a whole coke United States, but him as an actor kind of sucks. Not a fan at all. You having technical difficulties there, Dion? Say nothing if you are. Say something if you're not. Yeah, you are. Oh, the voice is not connected. Well, Dion's gone. Probably back. Technical difficulties happens to the best of us. I mean, this isn't the best show. This show is literally one of the worst shows ever. There we go.
Yeah, work in progress. Yeah, iron out the little things first.
Yeah, you know, they say how you do the small things is how you do the big things, and right now we're not even treating the small things with proper care. This is this
episode like a comic story, comics explained, nerds sing.
Yeah, like this show is one of those like, hey, if we continue this show a year or two from now, we'll go, hey, remember the second episode that was fucking awful? We're so much better now. But one of the awful phase. Sorry about it. This is what it is.
Yep. So what else I want to say? But yeah, no, like I said, Angela Bassett. But you know what though? It did have me wondering when I watched Black Panther. I will say this. I don't fault the Wakandans for keeping that vibranium because if it was me, I ain't sharing with none of you mother because they try and attack me with my own shit. I'm just saying, I wouldn't do it. Just like if I was the US and I was Iron Man, I'd be building a whole bunch, which I don't know why they don't start doing this. I'd be mass producing a bunch of weapons. So that way, if anybody want to come mess with me or mess with us, guess what? Come at your own risk. But you won't get done in. That's just me. I'm shocked the movie didn't start going in that direction. I'm shocked the Marvel doesn't start going in that direction a little bit, where they're starting to use more superpowered people for armies. Or, starting to look more into technology for weapons. So that way, because I'm not gonna lie, in that movie, Namor, I just looked at the whole thing. I was just like, so if he really wanted to, he could come to land, beat the living crap out of the U.S. Army, and take over. Mine since the Bender out there, but still, I'd be like, oh no. I said, I'm shocked they don't ask Stark Tech to be like, hey, can y'all at least, you want to get all Iron Man suit, but at least give us a weapon, at least a good gun that can shoot and kill someone like maybe the Hulk or injure somebody like the Hulk. Be really great for us.
I mean, you know what's bad though is when the director said, hey, there was like 2 or 3 scenes that kind of saved the movie a little bit because this movie was not great. Mm-hmm. It's not a good sounding thing at all. Which the director also was like, there was a lot that worked against me, and this is not what I wanted to do as a movie. But situations are situations, and we didn't want to make situations where I still feel just passionate. Although some people of Boseman's family even said, hey, you should recast the character. That way the character can continue on. Because honestly, I don't want to see a Black Panther 3. Because you didn't have Black Panther in really like Black Panther 2. You kind of did, but it is.
Well, you can always bring them back in its comics. It's comic book life. You can always bring dead characters back, unfortunately. But in my opinion, though, it's Marvel. I'm sorry, Marvel at this point. It's kind of just.
Like Marvel right now is spinning the wheels a lot. You know what, Dion? I think this is going to be it for tonight's episode. We've kind of hit the hour mark, or at least one of us has. I say Thursday. I want you to just think about this. We're just going to talk about Marvel, heroes and villains, and those that have Black Force energy.
Black Force energy?
Yep, you know what I'm talking about. That'll be Thursday show. And then, unless something major comes up and, just like, hey, this is kind of big news, that'll be Thursday show. And then Tuesday we'll do DC's.
Sounds good to me. I got a couple of characters, which I probably look like a stereotype on Thursday, who I'm gonna like.
Yeah, it'll be all right. It'll be all right. We will. Anyone comes in chat Thursday, be pretty cool of you. Again, I should probably promote this a lot more. We probably both should. We kind of suck at that, but hey, baby steps.
There you go. I got those cans. But yeah, I'll talk to you. Yeah, I'll see you on Thursday, man. And have a good night. See you, everybody.
All right.